Hello, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into the incredible story of Cornelius Vanderbilt, a man who built one of the greatest fortunes in American history. Vanderbilt was a self-made tycoon, rising from modest beginnings to become a titan of the shipping and railroad industries. But who was Cornelius Vanderbilt, and how did he manage to accumulate such an enormous fortune? In today's video, we'll explore his life, the challenges he faced, and the legacy he left behind. Let's get started.
Insights for the informed investor.
Cornelius Vanderbilt was born on May 27, 1794, in Staten Island, New York. His parents, Phoebe Hand and Cornelius Vanderbilt, were humble farmers, struggling to make ends meet. His father also worked as a boatman, ferrying goods and people across New York Harbor, which was a vital but labor-intensive job. The Vanderbilts were far from wealthy, living a life marked by hard work and financial instability. From a young age, Cornelius was expected to contribute to the family's livelihood, which instilled in him a deep understanding of the value of hard work, frugality, and persistence, qualities that would serve as the foundation for his future success. Cornelius was not particularly interested in formal education and found school to be a distraction from the practical matters of life. He dropped out of school at the age of 11, preferring instead to work alongside his father on the water. The young Vanderbilt showed an innate talent for business and had a sharp eye for opportunities where others saw only obstacles. He was ambitious and fearless, traits that would become the hallmarks of his character. At the age of 16, Cornelius borrowed $100 from his mother, a significant sum for the family at the time, to buy his first boat, a small two-mast sailing vessel. He used this boat to ferry goods and passengers between Staten Island and Manhattan, quickly establishing a reputation for reliability and efficiency. This small but profitable venture marked the beginning of Vanderbilt's rise to wealth, as he expanded his operations and began to carve out his place in the competitive world of transportation. Vanderbilt's early foray into the ferry business proved to be highly successful. He was ambitious, hard-working, and determined to expand his operations. During the War of 1812, Vanderbilt received government contracts to transport supplies to forts around New York, which not only increased his wealth but also allowed him to gain valuable experience in managing logistics and navigating challenging conditions. By the age of 23, he owned a fleet of boats and was rapidly making a name for himself in the shipping industry. His reputation for reliability and efficiency grew, and he became known for his willingness to take on difficult tasks that others avoided. One of Vanderbilt's early business strategies was to offer lower prices than his competitors, often running his services at a loss to drive others out of business. This aggressive approach earned him the nickname the Commodore, a title that stayed with him throughout his life. He was known for his shrewd and sometimes ruthless tactics, which helped him gain a competitive edge. Vanderbilt was not afraid of a challenge. He thrived on competition and was relentless in pursuing his goals. He soon began operating steamboats, realizing that steam power was the future of transportation. He invested heavily in this new technology, understanding that it had the potential to revolutionize the shipping industry. By the 1830s, Vanderbilt had established a steamboat empire that dominated the Hudson River and beyond, offering faster and more affordable transportation options for both passengers and goods. His ability to foresee trends and capitalize on emerging technologies set him apart from many of his contemporaries. By the 1850s, Vanderbilt began to see a new opportunity: railroads. At that time, the railroad industry was still in its infancy, but Vanderbilt recognized that railroads had the potential to revolutionize transportation and commerce in the rapidly expanding United States. The development of railroads offered faster, more efficient means of moving goods and people, which would be crucial for the nation's economic growth. Selling off much of his shipping interests, Vanderbilt decided to pivot and invest heavily in railroads. a bold move that would define the latter part of his career. He began by taking control of the New York and Harlem Railroad, a modest line that he believed had significant potential for growth. His ambition did not stop there. He soon set his sights on larger opportunities, acquiring the Hudson River Railroad and eventually the New York Central Railroad, which connected New York City to Buffalo and beyond. These acquisitions were strategic, allowing him to create a network of rail lines that linked major cities and facilitated commerce throughout the Northeast. Vanderbilt's investments paid off handsomely, and he was instrumental in creating an interconnected rail network that not only facilitated commerce and travel across the country, but also helped lay the groundwork for the industrial boom that would follow in the latter half of the 19th century. His vision was to consolidate smaller, inefficient railroads into a larger, streamlined system that could operate more efficiently and profitably. To achieve this, Vanderbilt employed aggressive business tactics, including undercutting competitors' rates, engaging in price wars, and negotiating favorable deals with suppliers and investors. He also leveraged his political connections to secure valuable rights of way, which allowed his railroads to expand unimpeded. Vanderbilt's railroad empire was built through a combination of shrewd business tactics, strategic acquisitions, and ruthless competition. He was known for his ability to outmaneuver competitors, often buying out rival companies or undercutting their prices until they were forced to sell. His focus on efficiency and cost-cutting helped make his railroads some of the most profitable in the country. He was not above using intimidation and manipulation to get what he wanted, and his rivals often found themselves either absorbed into his growing empire or driven out of business altogether. Despite his often ruthless methods, Vanderbilt's efforts helped bring order to the chaotic and fragmented early railroad industry, ultimately benefiting the economy by creating a more reliable and cohesive transportation system. By the time of his death, Vanderbilt had amassed a fortune worth an estimated $100 million, equivalent to over $200 billion today. His wealth was largely derived from his railroad holdings, which spanned vast stretches of the United States and played a critical role in shaping the nation's infrastructure. Vanderbilt's success in the railroad industry not only made him one of the wealthiest men of his time, but also left an enduring impact on the economic landscape of the United States, contributing to the growth and prosperity of the nation during a pivotal period in its history. While Cornelius Vanderbilt was known for his cutthroat business practices, he also made significant contributions to society, particularly in his later years as he began to focus more on philanthropy. Despite his reputation for ruthless competition, Vanderbilt understood the importance of giving back, especially to help heal and rebuild a nation that had been torn apart by the Civil War. One of his most notable contributions was the founding of Vanderbilt University in Nashville, Tennessee. In 1873, he donated $1 million to establish the university, with the aim of promoting education and fostering unity in the post-Civil War South. At the time, $1 million was an enormous sum, equivalent to roughly $25 million today, and Vanderbilt's donation was one of the largest philanthropic gifts of the era. The university was intended to support higher education in a region that had been economically devastated by the war, and Vanderbilt hoped it would help bridge the divide between the North and the South. Today, Vanderbilt University stands as one of the leading research institutions in the United States, known for its contributions to medicine, engineering, and the humanities. It is a lasting testament to Vanderbilt's belief in the transformative power of education. Vanderbilt's impact on transportation cannot be overstated. He played a crucial role in transforming the United States from a series of isolated communities into a connected and thriving nation. His investments in railroads and steamships dramatically improved the efficiency of travel and commerce, making it easier for people and goods to move across vast distances. This connectivity was vital for the country's economic growth during the 19th century, as it allowed for the rapid expansion of industries, facilitated westward expansion, and helped create national markets. By lowering transportation costs and improving the speed of travel, Vanderbilt's contributions laid the foundation for America's transition into an industrial powerhouse. His vision and investments were instrumental in shaping the infrastructure that would support the nation's growth for decades to come. Cornelius Vanderbilt passed away on January 4, 1877, at the age of 82. He left the bulk of his fortune to his son, William Henry Vanderbilt, who continued to expand the family's railroad empire. However, the Vanderbilt fortune did not last as long as Cornelius might have hoped. Subsequent generations of Vanderbilts were known for their extravagant lifestyles, and the family wealth gradually dissipated over the years. By the mid-20th century, much of the Vanderbilt fortune had been spent, and the family's influence had waned. Despite this, the Vanderbilt name remains synonymous with wealth and power. Many of the grand mansions built by the Vanderbilts, such as the Breakers in Newport, Rhode Island, stand as a testament to the family's once great fortune. These homes are now open to the public, offering a glimpse into the opulent lifestyle of one of America's wealthiest families. Cornelius Vanderbilt is remembered as one of the greatest entrepreneurs in American history. His story is a classic rags-to-riches tale that embodies the spirit of the American dream. Vanderbilt was a visionary who saw opportunities where others saw obstacles, and he had the drive and determination to turn those opportunities into a vast empire. However, Vanderbilt was also a controversial figure. His ruthless business tactics earned him many enemies, and he was often criticized for his lack of philanthropy during his earlier years. Unlike some of his contemporaries, such as Andrew Carnegie, who became known for their charitable endeavors, Vanderbilt's primary focus was always on expanding his business and increasing his wealth. Today, Vanderbilt's legacy is a complex one. He is admired for his business acumen and his role in shaping the transportation industry in the United States. At the same time, he is often viewed as a symbol of the excesses of capitalism and the vast inequality that characterize the Gilded Age. Regardless of one's perspective, there is no denying the impact that Cornelius Vanderbilt had on the development of the American economy and the growth of the nation. Cornelius Vanderbilt's life is a fascinating story of ambition, determination, and success. Born into a modest family on Staten Island, Vanderbilt had to work hard from an early age to support his family, instilling in him a relentless work ethic and a desire to succeed. From his humble beginnings as a young ferry operator, he rose to become one of the wealthiest men in history, building a vast empire that spanned the shipping and railroad industries. Vanderbilt's journey is a testament to the power of hard work, perseverance, and an unyielding drive to achieve greatness. He was a visionary who recognized opportunities where others saw obstacles and had the courage to take calculated risks that ultimately paid off. Vanderbilt's contributions to the shipping industry began with his early ventures in ferrying passengers and goods, where he quickly gained a reputation for reliability and competitive pricing. He revolutionized the steamboat industry by offering faster, more affordable services, outmaneuvering his competitors, and establishing himself as a major player in the transportation sector. His success in shipping provided him with the capital and experience needed to pivot into the burgeoning railroad industry, where he would make his most lasting impact. In the railroad industry, Vanderbilt played a crucial role in consolidating and streamlining the chaotic network of rail lines that crisscrossed the United States. He recognized the potential of railroads to transform commerce and travel, and he invested heavily in creating an interconnected rail system that facilitated economic growth and expansion. His efforts to modernize and improve the efficiency of rail transportation helped lay the foundation for America's industrial boom in the late 19th century, making it easier for goods and people to move across the country and fostering national economic integration. Vanderbilt's legacy is complex. On one hand, he is celebrated as a self-made man who embodied the spirit of the American dream, demonstrating that through hard work and determination, anyone could rise to the top. On the other hand, his ruthless business tactics, which often involved undercutting competitors and leveraging his influence to gain an advantage, earned him criticism and the label of a ruthless tycoon. Despite these criticisms, there is no denying that Vanderbilt's contributions to the shipping and railroad industries were instrumental in shaping the economic landscape of the United States. Even today, Vanderbilt's legacy continues to be felt. His investments in infrastructure helped create the foundation for America's economic expansion, and his philanthropic efforts, such as the founding of Vanderbilt University, have had a lasting impact on education and society. Vanderbilt's story is one of grit, ambition, and the transformative power of vision, an enduring reminder of the potential for greatness that lies within those who are willing to work for it. If you found this video interesting, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more stories about the giants of finance, economics, and investment. Let us know in the comments what you think about Cornelius Vanderbilt. Was he a hero of American industry or a ruthless tycoon? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.